Hey everybody, welcome back to, well, I say welcome back, but well, technically it is a welcome back. I was gonna say this is the first time I've ever done this video. It's technically the second. We are here to review a trade paperback. Now, honestly, I'm going to try and start doing comic reviews in the future, so hopefully you guys are gonna get behind this. But I could not review this trade paperback because if you've been watching my channel, thanks to Comic Bento, you know I have become obsessed with this new Marvel character. And that is the Unbelievable Gwenpool. And oh baby, I totally believe it, man. I love this book, and that's why I couldn't wait to get in here and get you guys a review. So let me give you a quick little bit of background. I believe this was the December Comic Bento of 2016 I pulled this out of, and it just looked really cool, and I read it. And by the way, if you want 15% off Comic Bento, you wanna try them out, which I highly recommend, I'll put that link down in the description. So, you know, you can give them a shot if you'd like. But I pulled this book, and I've often pulled things out of there, and again, I'm not a big comic guy. I'm a movie guy. I mean, I love comics. I loved them as a kid. I respect them. But much like video games or something, or, you know, certain things, it's like there's so much to get into, I wouldn't have even known where to start, which is why I love services like Comic Bento or Comic Block or, you know, whatever else is out there. Because, you know, they kind of just curate the best stuff and things, you know, and it turns you on to things you might not have known you're into, which they did. Now, let me also tell you before I get into this book, I have become so obsessed with this. It's got me out to the comic shop. I've got a subscription pull thing going on with it. I've been buying every variant cover I can. I spent way too much money at Midtown Comics buying a crap ton of all the other issues and variant covers. I'm even talking like second printing variant cover kind of things, like every version I can find. Even a lot of the Howard the Duck books where, you know, we'll talk about she kind of got her start. So, you know, right away, I opened this book. You know, I love Deadpool, I love Harley Quinn, and that's kind of who she reminds me of. It's not really Gwen Stacy, but it's Gwenpool, and you know, they just call her Gwenpool. And the basic premise is that, you know, at least as far as I've read so far, which is only through issue 4, I'm waiting on the other issues to come in next week, and then I'll be totally caught up very quickly. But the basic premise so far is that she is like basically from our universe, and she knows all about Marvel, all about the movies, all about the books, all the comics, all the characters, everybody's identities, all that stuff. And somehow she wakes up in the Marvel universe. She decides, you know, if she's just a human, she's just an extra and she could die. So she's gonna put on a costume so she'll be a character and, you know, basically survive anything and everything. She has no skills, no training, no power, but somehow she's taking all these mercenary jobs, and you know, it's kind of a comedy of errors of how she falls into certain things and how it always works out for her, and it's awesome. So right away I open up this book and I got this picture from Zero, her Zero book, with her and Howard the Duck, and I knew right away, oh my God, I'm gonna be so in love with this. So, you know, read the little precursor, which involves the black cat and stolen property, and then this badass introduction, hello world, of Gwen jumping in there and just kicking some butt. And like she jumps off a roof, she's like, I wonder how I'm going to survive this, as she's falling and lands, you know, in some funny stuff. Howard's all mad, more of the backstory, you know, so it's pretty cool. So then we get into, that was issue 0. Now we're gonna get into the, I think they're called backups. Again, kind of a comic noob. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Jesus, I'm saying comics so much, I'm getting confused. But basically issues 1, 2, and 3 of volume 5 of Howard the Duck. I think it's called a backup story. And we kind of get her true introduction, where through Black Cat's circumstances, her and Howard have to go on an adventure together. And it's pretty cool. Now her very first appearance was in Howard the Duck, volume 0, number 5, which I also picked up. I think it looks like she's just hanging out in the background in front of Big Ronnie's costume shop, which is of course where she's gonna get her costumes and get all her mercenary jobs. So we go through this fun thing with her, and she takes on some Hydra people and does like a really stupid thing with some poison, which is great. And they basically kick a lot of butt, and that's how it goes through the Howard thing, and it's real cool. Then we get a little holiday special thing, which is real fun. Her kind of buddying up with Miss Marvel and, you know, taking on one of her first jobs, which I really enjoyed. And it makes me definitely want to go read Miss Marvel. Now we get into issue 1 through 4, and I want to be vague on here. I don't really want to spoil too much, but it's a lot of fun. We get introduced to a gang. They're going to rob a bank. She's in the bank. She tries to help, but they think she's a criminal. Basically, she befriends one of the only survivors of the bank gang, and he's like a hacker. She doesn't really understand how hacking works, but they end up kind of working together. And then she goes on this one thing, and she just takes credit for this this particular big heist that she should not have been able to survive. And I don't want to ruin it for you. You need to read it. And basically, this leads to her being employed by how do you pronounce it? M.O.D.O.K. You know, the big floaty hair, the big floaty head guy. I'm looking for it, and now I can't find the name here. Oh yeah, M.O.D.O.K, so M.O.D.O.K. M.O.D.O.K? M.O.D.O.K. You know, I'm a little familiar with him, at least in design, if not character. And kind of becomes a henchman, basically. And lots of fun stuff happens there. They run into Lady Thor, and of course she knows Lady Thor's identity because of the movies and Natalie Portman. And that gets really funny. One of the other guys figures her out. Doctor Strange shows up, which is really funny. And there's an awesome reference to the Doctor Strange movie in there, which I thought was cute. And, you know, basically she can finally get paid, things like that. And then there's some fun with a fun battle with M.O.D.O.K once he gets a little mad with her. And pretty much that's the end of issue 4 without getting too spoilerific. But man, I tell you what, I just love this book. It's quirky and charming, and it's just kind of nice. It's not Deadpool talking to the camera. Like, she doesn't do that. Like, she doesn't talk to us. She just knows we're out there reading it, and she knows she's in a comic book world. So it is very different from that. So it's not quite as manic, but also she's just cute and charming. And like I said, I love Harley Quinn, I love Deadpool, and in my brain, that's kind of what we're getting here, is this cross between those two characters in the Marvel Universe. And I love that she knows things, and she talks about the movies and the books and all that kind of stuff. And people are like, what? And like, she's like blowing their minds with stuff like, can you remember before this moment in your life? It's because it didn't exist. No one ever wrote it. And people are like, what? I can't, what? Holy crap. But I just absolutely love it. I'm looking forward to any and all merchandise I can get on this. My buddy at the comic shop, there's a statue coming out, so he's like, oh, I ordered an extra one just in case you want it. I'm like, yeah, I want it. It's fucking Gwenpool, I want it. But yeah, so I really love this. I will, once I get all those other comics, I'll give you guys a big collection haul video of everything I have for Gwenpool and Howard at that moment. So hopefully you guys will dig all that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this review. Hopefully I can turn you on to Comic Bento, or definitely hopefully turn you on to Gwenpool, because the more you guys reading it, the longer it's gonna run, although it seems to be taking off pretty damn well. So very exciting times. All right guys, well let me know, are you reading it? Are you excited about it? Are you gonna read it? Just, you know, comment away, let me know what you're thinking. Geek out with me in the comics over Gwenpool, because I'm a total Gwenpool geek at this point. And as you may have realized, totally love it. So yay, comment. Click the thumbs up button, give me the thumb of encouragement, because I do love to be encouraged, and that way I know you want more of these comic reviews, which I'm gonna try and do anyways. We'll see what happens with that. Hopefully I can keep it up. And I guess that's it. I'm gonna get out of here because I got a bunch more fun reading to do. So I will see you guys later.